Hello everybody, and welcome back. Today I thought we would start with a book about the Gnolls. Now the Gnolls, they are pretty much with us from day one in some form or fashion. And the book is called Know Your Gnolls by Pearl Honeywine. My name is Pearl Honeywine, and I'm studying Gnoll habitat and society to better understand these creatures. Through my work, Know Your Gnolls, I hope to increase the body of knowledge regarding these beasts, and thereby also increase our ability to reduce their numbers. The Gnolls of Antonica are descended from the Gnolls of Gnolls Hills and Blackburrow regions of Old Norrath. They look like upright canines with an elongated snout, pointed ears high upon their heads. They're taller than the average human. It's impossible to distinguish between male and female of the species at a distance. In order to understand the modern-day Gnolls, one must first understand a bit of their history. By living amongst the Gnolls, I have learned some of their secrets. The secrets which were hitherto unknown outside their tribes. A Gnoll clan is a ruling regional tribe of Gnoll, for example, the Sabertooth clan. A Gnoll clan is comprised of a number of Gnoll packs. These are more akin to large family units. A Gnoll pack shares characteristics ranging from fur patterns to intellect. The Sabertooth clan is comprised of many packs. Rarely, some Gnoll clans may be comprised of a single pack of immense size. It is widely believed that the Gnoll clan of yore, the Split Paw clan, was one such clan of albino Gnolls. As many unwary travelers can attest, Gnolls will attack anything on sight, provided they feel they have the upper hand. As pack creatures, if one attacks a lone Gnoll, other Gnolls in the vicinity may join the fray to assist. Therefore, it's important to first gauge the proximity of Gnolls to one another before attacking, unless one is certain that one's weaponry, armor, or enhancement are up to the challenge. It is this pack mentality which makes the Gnoll an occasionally formidable opponent. Several Gnolls will band together and stake out territory to guard zealously, attacking all who come within range. The obvious exception the Gnoll makes is towards anything larger than itself. Gnolls will gladly avoid anything that resembles a hard battle or hard work. One might say the Gnolls specialize in bullying and cowardice. The Sabertooth clan is comprised of many packs. Two Gnoll packs within the Sabertooth clan are the Darkpaw and the Timberclaw. A Gnoll pack may specialize in a particular area, such as foraging, pillaging, tunneling, etc. They're content to avoid other tribes to concentrate on maintaining their tribe's current territory. They will make exception to band together against non-Gnolls, even when such groupings include other species entirely, such as orcs, trolls, and ogres. The main advantage the Gnolls have in battle are their sheer numbers. I've been unable to discover their breeding grounds, although it's believed to still be located within the dark confines of Blackburrow. No matter how often tribes are reduced, they are able to repopulate their territory rather speedily. By continuing to replenish their tribe's strength from a hidden, renewable resource, the Gnolls are able to intimidate weaker species by overwhelming strength in numbers rather than strategy. This is not to imply that gnolls are unintelligent. No, they are cunning and sly creatures. While they place a higher value on hunters and warriors, there are gnoll shamans and mystics that practice arcane arts and rituals. These gnolls can still be formidable in battle by their strength. However, it is their use of both offensive and defensive spells which can take down enemies with an element of surprise. No review of gnolls is complete without mention of the most famous gnoll in history, Phippy Darkpaw, a member of the Sabertooth clan of gnolls. Phippy Darkpaw specialized in planning elaborate attacks on the main gates of Gnolls during the Age of Turmoil. While his fate is unknown, his descendants form the base of the numerous Darkpaw gnolls in Antonica. Rumor has it that there's another Phippy Darkpaw, a gnoll of uncommon cunning and intelligence who used his skills as a thief to steal a part of the Clock of Akanon in Gnolls and render it inoperable. This mysterious Phippy still lives by his wits, they say, constantly on the move, observing non-gnolls and using the knowledge he gains against them. As he is swift and sneaky, it's difficult to say whether I have met him in disguise or if he exists at all. Personally, I do not believe such a clever gnoll could exist. I hope this information provides you with enough basic information about gnolls. To capture the spirit of the gnoll, one must go into various tribes and seek this information firsthand. Farewell, reader, and good luck in your quest to know your gnolls. So there you have it. Everything you ever wanted to know or didn't want to know about the gnolls. The next reading that I'd like to do today is called Life Among the Goblins. Now, this is another race of creature that, from pretty much day one in your life in Norrath, you will run across these periodically and see them out in the world and in dungeons and whatnot. And even we've got our famous local gambling goblin. You can't really avoid them, and hopefully reading this book will give us a little bit of an insight into what makes them tick. So let's go ahead and get started. Life Among the Goblins by Trent Burkhart. This is one man's journal describing the day-to-day activities of a typical goblin tribe. The appendix is written by Pearl Honeywine. Goblins abound throughout Norrath, yet it has been extremely difficult to get close enough to them for good observation. I, Trent Burkhart, will infiltrate a goblin tribe in order to understand what makes them so vile and obnoxious. My first step is to tint my body a vile shade of green, shave off my hair, and manufacture a loincloth. Wish me luck. Day 1. Goblins. The mere sound of the word brings to mind these shapeless, mindless creatures. I have tinted my skin using an extract from a local plant, and I'm wearing a loincloth that I obtained from a deceased goblin. By walking with a bow-legged slump, I can create the illusion of having the typical potbelly. There's not much I can do about my ears, however. I left a fringe around my temples to comb over the tips of my rather small ears. This will have to do. Day 3. I am currently with the goblins of Runny-Eye in the Enchanted Lands. Thankfully, it is dark enough that no one questions my lack of appropriate ears. The goblin language is guttural and coarse. I've picked up enough of it that I can make the appropriate responses when necessary, though I would rather not speak to these foul, stench-ridden beasts. That's why I chose to research goblins is beyond me. Day 4. I've stumbled into something interesting and need to figure out its significance. Otherwise, my days are becoming somewhat monotonous. The evil eyes have used their mystical powers to enslave a variety of creatures to work on behalf of the goblins. It is interesting to note that in prior ages, the goblins were themselves enslaved. Now the former slaves are the masters, and as I'm trying to fit in with the goblins, I have much leisure time on my hands. Day 7. Have I really been here for an entire 7 days? Between sneaking through corridors and foraging up acceptable food, I have found some written records. Well, at least they're as much of a written record as one might expect of these lowlives. There are many pictographs and symbols which I'm copying down into my journal. Even if I don't decipher them in the next few days, I shall bring this record with me to my home and work on it there. Day 8. Something interesting happened, finally. About a dozen or so goblins looked like a group of runny-eyed brawlers. They set out on a foray and brought back a handful of minotaurs. The minotaurs seemed rather spellbound and very docile at first. But then one of them broke free of whatever control the goblins had and rampaged through the area, killing several of the brawlers. The minotaur was eventually surrounded by the goblins, warboars, and taken down. Day 10. After poring over the various pictographs, I believe I've deciphered the goblin's tone. There are several references to the entities of the ancient times, notably Bolgen and Brel Cyrillus. While it's not clear what these tomes mean, I find it fascinating that... Oh, wait, someone's coming. Day 13. I have been dispatched with a company of other goblins to the citadel. I do not know what our purpose there might be, but it was made very clear to me that I am expected to remain there for some time. With any luck, I'll be able to ditch these filthy tunnelers and head home with my research complete. I finished translating the Goblin Origins document and just need a quiet hour or two to set it all down. Unfortunately, the Citadel is much busier than the tunnels ever were, and I'm constantly sent hither and yon. Day 16. It's really quite a pleasure to have purpose in my life again. While in those dark tunnels, the days passed slowly because I had nothing to do but wander about like a goblin. It appears that they realized early on that I was not one of their own, but they were happy to have my company. Indeed, that is why they sent me to the Citadel, so I might be able to do some research in more comfort. Perhaps I've been mistaken about these pleasant little fellows all along. Day 20. Busy, busy, busy. That describes my life at the Citadel. Well, I'm in constant demand. It feels great. I have no time now to dwell upon the possible deeper meaning of the goblin pictographs, and frankly, I could not care less. Who cares where these friendly folk came from or whether they have language skills? It's good to be busy all day long rather than wonder what would happen should they discover my ruse. I'm quite enjoying my new job cleaning out the muck in the warboar stables. The Appendix by Pearl Honeywine. While in the enchanted lands, I found these notes, which degenerated from intelligent discourse into random drawings and ideograms. It seems that the evil eyes had gotten a hold of our researcher's mind and managed to change a promising anthropologist into a raving mad slave. Alas for goblin research! At least our friend Master Burkhart will die happy and unaware of what he has lost. And that, my friends, is life among the goblins. If you enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye now.